She had a financial problem and she needed to turn to a legal loan. She asked for $3,500. They charged her up to 480 interest rate a year. That is huge, that she cannot even get out of the debt forever. And there's 20 million people just like Pian out there in Thailand, which combines into 140 billion US dollar for informal lending market. And what is shocking is only 7% is the formal lending. And if you are Pian's employer, you know that she's so good at her work and you want to keep her, what would you do? But don't worry, we have a solution for you. Noburo helps you provide the lending facilities and the financial wellness service to your blue-collar workers. By applying the loan through our mobile application, you can apply the loan in just a few clicks. And we use the power of alternative credit scoring to assess the risk of the borrowers. And on top of it, we have the financial education models that could help them unlock their financial goals over time. We have been working with the financial institution to redesign the credit product to solve this problem. Our credit limit can be increased over time, and we charge the interest rate as low as 15%, and that is 40 times lower than the loan charge. With this, the employee can be able to get out of poverty. We have been lending out so far to more than 1,000 loans, and the result has been impressive. It is less than 1%, and it is even 4 times lower than the traditional lending. And how do we do that? We try to decrease the default rate even lower using credit scoring on the alternative data, such as work performances, time attendance, and mobile phone and social network usage, to predict the turnover that will result into bad loans. Our business model is very simple. We charge 15% on the interest. And in 2019, we aim to get 450,000 US dollar by lending out to 20 million US dollar alone. And this could help us break even. How do we achieve that? During the program, we have been in a good discussion with 4 HR software platforms and 20 plus strategic partners that will lead to 2 billion US dollar of loan origination alone. And do you know the secret of our success? We work with the heartful employers who truly cares about the employee and wanted to make a change. Today, we're extremely excited to announce our strategic partnership with Humanica, the largest HR platform in Thailand. Barbecue Plaza voted to be the best employer in 2017. And Grameen Bank, the global financial institution who help the underserved people. We feel thankful to this strategic partner who truly cares about the well-being of the underserved people and choose to work with us, Noburo. And this cannot be complete and successful without a team. We have been working on this problem for more than 3 years, and we are a team who are capable, passionate, and knowing each other for more than 10 years. And we also have a gray hair in our team. My father, Kun Thawatchai, who is the founding member of KTC, the largest credit card company in Thailand, has agreed to be our risk advisor for business and for life. So, there are 20 million of blue-collar workers like Anne out there in Thailand. Let's join hands to solve this problem together. And if you are the heartful employers or the financial institution who really wanted to make a difference, please come and talk with us of how Noburo platform can be a part of your program. Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.
Wow.
Okay, time for Q&A. Let's have that in.
Thank you very much for the presentation, and this is really seems very critical issue in Thailand society, given how high the interest rate is for some of the people. And my question is the collection of data You said you basically use the work performances, mobile phone usage, and could you elaborate more on how you collect the data? Is it coming from the employers or employees, and whose consent is it? And also, do you have other ways to better, increase your credit scoring system? Because the scalability, if you think about it, once you achieve the scale, and then you want to expand this idea into other segments of the industry. So if you can elaborate that, and that would be very helpful.
Sure. So for our data collection, we work with the HR platform, which are our partners, strategic partners, and we also work with the HR department, right? So the portion that we are using the work performances or time attendance, we do the API integration with the HR platform to collect those data, and the consent we would need on both sides, on the employer and the employee as well, and we have been working on that. And if you are asking about the scalability or how do we scale those of the data collection, right? Because now it's just only 3 months that we have been working on the acquisition, and we already acquired the largest HR platform, which has more than 400 companies in Thailand with 200,000 employees. So that is how we are going to be able to scale. And it's not just only Humanica that we are talking with. We're talking with 4 more HR platforms. So this would help us on the data collection and scalability. And yeah.
Yes, I have another follow-up question. Just to understand better about your company's business model. So where does the money is coming from? Are you talking with the large banks who are willing to connect the borrower, and then you be the connector and the banks, or is there any other way you do it? And with that, do you see any sort of pressure from the banks who probably didn't, let those people borrow money because of fear of a default, right? So there's got to be some process that you need to go through to convince those banks that these are okay, right? And then 1% default rate sounds good, but as you scale, it can actually increase up to 10%. I mean, we've seen cases like that in other markets too. So could you elaborate that?
Right. So at the moment, we are working the financial institution, which belong to our group companies that my father and I have founded, our family have founded, and our crew ITTP companies are here. So we're working with the company to together design that the product. And I know the market is very huge, and only our company alone cannot serve the whole 140 billion. That's definitely true. So if this is proven success, I think I know that other financial institutions would be more willing to join. And along the time, we have proven our credit scoring that will be accurate, and that proven that the risk is lower than the normal product. Then I think this is how we are going to prove it to other financial institutions.
Thank you.
So how much is the cost of the fund from your father's company? And you're charging 15%, and who is enjoying the benefit? The Noburo or your father's company?
Profit sharing?
So the person who owns the fund are the person who's taking the risk, right? And at Noburo, we also charge us 15% on top of an interest rate as well, which is not a small amount. And both of them can enjoy the interest, but that is not as important as how we could actually help these people to be able to get out of this large market and this big 140 billion loan sharks. And if it gets success, this could be our small step of Noburo, but it's going to be the very big leap for the whole 20 million blue-collar workers population for the whole Thailand.
I have probably the last question. So let's say a big bank, basically they connect with Humanica, and because they have employee account already, so basically what would have prevented the bank to basically disrupt your business? They have traditional risk model already, and then complement with the data of the employers, and then they can do exact same thing with you, and you don't have the data that they have.
they don't have the data of like connecting with the HR platform or what,
No, I
what
mean
kind
like
of
they
data?
have the traditional credit risk model.
Right.
And basically like for example like my employer bank account basically is connected to one of the bank already, so they have that kind of risk model, and then like complement with the data from the HR platform, and then like now all these big bank they basically like invest like 5,000 million baht, 5 billion baht a year on like deep tech, on AI, on basically blah blah blah, and they have like 20 like data scientists. What would have prevent them to disrupt you?
Personally, there are big banks who trying to get into this field before, and what we have been talking with like other banks to our customers who have been providing something similar, they have failed to provide like the lending to really solve this problem because they have their own internal policy that that they couldn't. They couldn't like serve the whole market.
So what you are saying that the only thing that prevent them from doing that is the internal policy, and now they know today that like what you said is like the internal policy, and then go back and change.
And I think if they wanted to do it, they could have done it a long time ago. And as you see that it is just a small spot in that area of 140 million that if they are going to do it, like we're not going to compete with them. We could be a supplement to them to help them grow into this market as well, because their target market is not in this segment. It is too risky for them, and the loan size is too small for them to operate, and they have the cost structure that they have to maintain.
Okay, I think that's a better question. So basically, we invest in credit scoring. Basically, like one of them like raised like Series we have $30 million. We invest in another one that raised $10 million, and we like to talk to you. Come talk to me like the guy with like about.
All right, that's it.
Thank you.
All right, round of applause. And thank